this is Russ. Yeah, I'm about a day away from heading out on my trip. Yeah, so by the time you see this, it'll be Tuesday. So I was thinking, what are we going to cover in this week's video? I'm going to try to see if I can make 3 days of videos in one day. Usually when I come up with topics, it's usually from things that I've observed or from questions people have asked. So I was watching some of the YouTube videos today from other YouTubers, and I noticed that some of them ride on the street, others ride in bike paths. So let's talk about riding on the street today. All right. Now I know a number of people have said that they don't want to ride on the street because they're always fearful of the cars. Yeah, that's a legitimate concern. But as you know, I ride a lot on the street. And I never really liked to ride on the street when I first got my e-bike. Yeah, I was a little afraid of that because it had been, I don't know how many years, 20 plus years, probably longer, since I had been on a bike. But I found that in order to get to some of these bike paths near me, I have to take the street to get there. Now, this was prior to the fact that I have a bike rack on the back of my wife's SUV now. But, before that actually happened, to get anywhere, I had to ride there, right? So you got to take the street to get there. Now, what I typically do is I will try my best to find side streets to take rather than major roads. Now, people have said to me, if they watch my videos, it's like, nobody's on the road with you. Well, that's because I seek out roads that are not busy streets, okay? What I do is I take a look at the maps, and if I know the general area, I kind of know, okay, I have to avoid this street because that's like 40 or 50 miles an hour. I got to avoid this street because that gets busy during the certain times of the day. So I think you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan of attack. Find roads that are not that busy. Now, here's another thing that I thought about that you have to do mentally. All right, you have to be prepared in case something happens. All right, if you see a car coming towards you, what are you going to do? All right, you have to have an escape plan, is what I'm saying. Now, a lot of times, some people who take the streets, they haven't thought this through. They just said, "I'm just going to ride and get there." That's not a smart thing to do. All right, in your mind, you have to have a plan of attack. You have to know, if this happens, then I need to do this. Does that make sense? I think if you don't have that plan of attack in your brain while you're out there riding, then when the time comes to do it, you're going to hesitate. See? So what I have is I have a plan of attack. I always say that, if the car's heading towards me, I see it's heading towards me, it's not going to stop. All right. Am I going to jump out and run into the ditch? Am I going to ride the thing into the ditch? Is there a curb that I have to pop over? Is there a driveway that I can just roll over? These are things that are always in my brain while I'm riding and I'm talking to you guys while I'm doing my videos. So I'm always scanning around. I'm always looking to see what's my escape path, you see. Now, there's cars that come from behind. Now, sometimes those are a little bit tougher because they could sideswipe you, right, as they pass you. So this is why I always have a rear view mirror, or at least a side view mirror, I should say. I'm always looking in the mirror as well. I want to know what's coming up, all right? I want to see who's behind me. I want to see what type of driver it is, so that I know, do I need to somehow slide over to the side, let this guy pass? Or, if he's heading and he's about ready to hit me, where am I headed to get out of the way? All right. Now, this is probably not a pleasant topic to think about, but it is a necessity if you're a person who rides on the street. So I just wanted to bring that out, that you have to have an escape plan in your brain so that it's a kind of a reactionary thing that you can move really quickly, and you've got to know, how will you deal with this. Now, one of the things that I thought about after the fact, and I paid the price for it, as I mentioned, I had fallen 3 times. The first 2 times I've fallen because I leaned towards my left. And as you know, I had a weakened left leg and I had a knee replacement done. I didn't have the strength to hold me up, so I went down after I stopped. Now, the 3rd time I went down was because my shoelace on my right foot, not my replaced knee foot, on my right foot, all right, had gotten wrapped around the pedal. So I knew I had two options. I could either stop the bike and lean the bike to the left so I can undo the tangle mess, or I can purposely fall on the right. And I opted to fall on the right. So this was a planned fall, okay? My mistake, though, is I kind of figured, well, I've got to fall on grass. There's no way I'm going to fall on concrete or asphalt. So I looked for some grass on the side of the road, okay? But as you know, that on streets, you got curbs, right? That was my mistake. Because as I saw, okay, there's some side grass that I'll just fall over there. I fell over there, but my knee hit the curb. What I should have done is I should have rode up on somebody's driveway and then fallen on their front lawn. Then there's no curb. You see what I'm saying? So these are things that you have to kind of know, that if you're going to take a fall purposely, try not to fall where your body's going to hit the curb, right? I didn't know that. Now I know. So if the time ever comes again where I have to purposely take a fall on the right-hand side, I'm going to try my best to ride up on somebody's driveway, all right, and get out of the way of the curb. So this is what I'm basically saying, is that you have to have a plan of attack, all right? You have to know what you're going to do if and when the time comes where you have to do an emergency maneuver, all right? So just think a little bit about that, and the next time you go out on the road, think about what I told you here. Figure out a plan for yourself is what I'm saying, okay? Hopefully that'll keep you safer. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.